Steve Sullivan here for Mikeso Photo Art. Hope you have had a great day. Just thought I'd post a short video on the new free beta trial software from Adobe. It's PhotoShop CS6. I believe it was released on March 22nd. Just a couple things to know. You will need to sign in with an Adobe ID, do a login, and then complete a product activation. So after launching CS6, you will see this pop up. It has an area here with some options. You can submit your review. You can also take a look at a couple sneak peeks they have posted on YouTube. This button will take you to the CS6 page on adobe.com. You can also join in the Photoshop CS6 forum. It's a great way to provide feedback and report issues, ask any questions, interact with other Photoshop CS6 users. If you download this and try the software, I would highly recommend that you participate in the forum. Of course, the software cannot be licensed yet, but we can continue the trial. Something you will notice right away is the work area has changed. It's much more professional, laid out better. I really like the improved color schemes. You can change those if you would like. You can do edit, preferences, interface, and you can change those back to those that were similar in CS5. But I really like the default version that was the darker gray, so that is where I've kept this. You can also see that Mini Bridge is launched at the bottom of the work area, and I haven't really used Mini Bridge or Bridge in the other versions of Photoshop, just found it very cumbersome. But CS6 Bridge is much more responsive, and I've tried it out a little bit, like it much better, loads much faster. So I will probably in the future look at using Bridge more often than I did in the other versions, which was never, but I'll save that for a different time. The biggest improvement overall for CS6 is it is much faster. The speed is just unbelievable compared to any other version of Photoshop. Adobe's also utilized your computer's GPU more in this version than past versions. So some tools, like the liquify tool, when you use those, the actions are very quick, almost real time. It doesn't take time for your image to reload after the change. You make the change and it's almost instantaneous. So I really like the improvement to the overall speed of Photoshop. So they've made quite a few adjustments to some of the other tools, but the one that I want to cover today is the crop tool. So you can right click on this icon and you can get the crop tool, perspective crop, the slice tools. We've selected the crop tool. Once you do that, you'll get a menu up here, and the first one is you can choose unconstrained or original ratio. You have some crop sizes, formats that you can crop to. These are presets that I've saved, so you can now save your favorite crop dimensions. You can also delete those, and you can also, up here like before, enter in type of dimension you want. I'll enter a 19 by 13. I'll automatically change the grid to that. And if I want, I can go ahead and save this. I can name it 19 by 13, OK. And now in this drop down menu, I've created that preset. I can also go to size and resolution. The custom, I could type in the width, the height, the resolution. This must be checked. To save as a crop preset, click OK, and it will save the preset. So a couple ways to do that. I'm going to go back here though to the 11 by 17. You also have a straighten tool. You can come down to your image, click on the area you want. If you have a horizon that's that level, you can make that line and it will automatically straighten that out to that line. You will also notice while I did that, the photo shifted. You now have this empty area that is cropped, but now with the crop tool, it's automatically adjusted itself to stay within the photo, so you don't need to make that change and then come back and readjust your crop on the corners and drag the crop box where you need to. It just automatically changes with that. You also can change the type of grid. You have the rule of thirds. You can change it to a grid, triangle, a golden spiral. You can also choose how you want that overlay to be displayed, auto, always, or never. And then this really big change is here with the delete cropped pixels. This, as it says, determines if the pixel data outside the crop box will be retained or deleted. So with this checked marked, if I were to grab that edge and bring it in and then make my crop, this information would be deleted. And I would have to go back and undo that move, that crop, and then start over again. With this unchecked, I can go ahead and make the crop. If I'm not happy with the way I've cropped that photo, I can come up here, click on a corner, and I can drag this back to any location. I can take it back out to the edge of the photo where I started, and I can start over again. So there's lots of options there. Really like how they've redone the crop tool. The other thing that you can do is bring this into where you would like to make the crop. I can click on the picture, and then I can now move the photo to place this exactly where I want for the crop. So that's another great feature that they've made with CS6. Another really fantastic feature that they've put into this crop tool is now you can see that my pointer has changed outside. You have the two arrows signaling or signifying that you can rotate your image. So if we click on the outside of this crop area and begin to turn this, you will see that the crop grid stays within the photo. It doesn't care what's going on out here, ignores this empty space, and in that it just stays within that boundary. So I just think these are just some fantastic upgrades to the cropping tool. Really, really like what they've done here. So if you get a chance, I would really strongly suggest you give the CS6 beta software a try. I haven't personally, on my machine, haven't had any issues or conflicts running the beta software with my Photoshop CS5. I've been able to use both of them. I'm not saying there could not be an issue. I'm just saying that I have not encountered any issues on my PC with this beta trial and CS5. The speed of CS6 is fantastic. It is so much better than any previous version of Photoshop. So if you have a minute, I would suggest that you give it a try, participate in the forum, leave some feedback. So until next time, have a great day and happy shooting.